What is it that makes you want to own a second home? Is it the wealth building potential, the memories you'll create, or maybe a bit of both? In today's episode, we'll uncover what type of vacation home owner you would be, and more importantly, why that matters. What if your 401k came with a fire pit and a lake view? That's the question that inspired it all. I'm Katie Klein, and living in New York City meant buying a home felt impossible. So I decided to flip the script and buy my second home first. When I'm not there, it doubles as a short-term rental, covering its costs, building equity, and even turning a profit. And best of all, it gives me a place to vacation for free. What 401k can do that? Every week, join me as we hear from real people who've done the same and experts who can help you do it too. If you thought owning any home, let alone a second one, was out of reach, this is the show for you. This is Second Home First. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the second episode of Second Home First. I'm your host, Katie Klein, and I'm super excited to be here with you all today. Last week, we tackled a pretty big question. Should you buy your second home first? And the fact that you're tuning in today, I'm hoping means your answer was yes, or at least maybe. Today, we're going to talk about what type of vacation home owner you would be. And why do we need to know this? Well, I think it's important to understand who we are and what our goals are in order to determine all of our next steps. So first and foremost, what I'm going to suggest is you head over to my website, buyyoursecondhomefirst.com. That's buyyoursecondhomefirst.com/quiz. And on there, you're going to find a quiz called What Type of Vacation Home Owner Are You? Now, just a sidebar, there's also another quiz on there that says, should you buy your second home first? If you haven't taken that yet, be sure to check it out. And that is really going to tell you if this strategy could make sense for you. But we're going to focus today on what type of vacation home owner you would be. And while you're on the website, be sure to sign up for my free weekly newsletter, which is going to walk you through step by step exactly how you can buy your second home first too. So what is it that attracted you to the idea of buying your second home first? For me, it was thinking about summer nights spent around a fire pit with family and friends. That's something that's definitely not possible on my shared New York City patio. I thought about movie marathons with my kids snuggled together on a couch that's big enough to fit the entire family. Again, that's something that is really an anomaly in New York City. And I thought about milestone birthdays toasted with family and friends and having enough space to actually host all of my loved ones under one roof. I know, a novel concept for us city dwellers. My dream didn't start with spreadsheets. It didn't start with financial projections. It started with imagining life without city-sized limitations. And then the numbers proved that it was possible. But we're not here to talk about my dream. We're here to talk about yours. So what was it that attracted you to this idea? Why do you want to own your second home first? What excites you the most about it? Is it the wealth building potential? Is it the memories that you'll create? Or perhaps it's a bit of both. And that's why we're starting here. Because before we go any further, we first need to understand what matters most to you. Getting clear on your priorities is going to serve as your compass for the rest of this process. It is absolutely essential. It's going to be the lens through which we vet every big decision from here on forward, and it will allow us to determine a path to vacation home ownership that's right for you specifically. So hopefully by now you've paused this episode, you've gone to my website, which is linked in the show notes, and you've taken the quiz to understand which of the three vacation home owner archetypes you are. Are you a profit maximizer, a sweet spotter, or a first dipper? Let's take a look at each of these and understand why that matters for what's going to come next. First up, let's talk about the profit maximizer. To you, every unbooked night is lost income. You treat your vacation home like a business first and a retreat second. Paying guests are your priority, and personal use is just the cherry on top. It's not uncommon for you to keep peak dates open until the last minute, only claiming them for yourself if they don't book. So, what does that look like? What does a profit maximizer look like in the day to day? Think of it as it's Thursday at 5 o'clock, and you, the profit maximizer, you check that booking calendar one last time and you see that this weekend is still wide open. Instead of getting stressed or worried, you think, yes, I finally get to go enjoy my vacation home. I'm so excited. You grab your weekend bag, you toss some things in it, you pack up the car, you grab the kids or your friends or whomever you're traveling with, and you say, let's go. Let's go enjoy this. So, how does being a profit maximizer shape your purchase? Well, number one, let's think about where you are buying. You want to think like an investor. Market demand is absolutely crucial for your success. This is also going to influence how you rent your property. And for profit maximizers, paying guests always get priority. For your financial playbook, your goal is to make as much money as possible. Rental revenue is most likely how you are affording this home in the first place, and the profit that you make is yours to do with as you wish. And finally, this influences who manages your rental as well. Most likely, you want to be the one managing this because controlling operations is going to allow you to keep costs low and keep as much money as possible. Now, in later episodes, we are going to review the different types of management options, and there'll be another fun quiz for you to take then too. But this is an important puzzle piece of thinking about that later on. We'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors. If you're listening to the show, I know making memories with family and friends is super important to you. And that's why I'm excited to introduce you to Flightographer. Flightographer connects travelers with local photographers in more than 350 destinations around the world. But it's more than just a photo shoot. It's a way to capture meaningful memories and experience a place through a local's lens. When I look back on past Flightographer photo shoots I've done, I don't just see pictures, but special moments preserved. I remember the feeling of that day and the story behind every shot. Whether you're celebrating a milestone birthday, a family vacation, or a special getaway to your second home, Flightographer is there to capture the moments you never want to forget. To book your own Flightographer shoot, visit the link in the show notes and use code SHF25, that's S as in second, H as in home, F as in first, 25, to get $25 off your first shoot. When I was finally ready to rent out my vacation home, I had no idea what to charge guests. Thankfully, that's when I found Price Labs, a dynamic pricing tool that helps me automate pricing like a pro. It's simple. Price Labs uses real-time data to automatically adjust my rates based on local demand, nearby events, and booking trends. It's easy to use, lets me set my own minimum and maximum prices, and keeps my pricing smart and competitive without any manual work. If you want your vacation home to pay for itself or even turn a profit, you need Price Labs to help you get the most from every booking. Visit the link in the show notes and enter code SECONDHOMEFIRST, all one word, for a 30-day free trial plus $10 off your first invoice. You finally bought your dream vacation home. Now what? Your goal is for it to pay for itself, but between managing bookings, guest messages, and cleaners, it can feel like a full-time job. That's where Lodgify comes in. Lodgify is a comprehensive vacation rental platform that makes it easy to manage and market your second home, even if you're just getting started. From syncing your calendar across Airbnb, Vrbo, and Booking.com to automating payments and guest communication, Lodgify simplifies it all. It's built for beginners and comes with free one-on-one onboarding to help you get up and running fast. To make your second home start working for you, visit the link in the show notes and use code SHF20, that's S as in second, H as in home, F as in first, 20, to receive an additional 20% off their yearly and bi-yearly plans. And now back to the show. Next, let's talk about the sweet spotter. If this is you, you want the best of both worlds. You want a vacation home that you love and rental income that covers your costs. You're practical. You allow paying guests to book your peak weekends, but occasionally you're going to save some special dates for yourself, even if that means displacing some of those higher value bookings. Your pragmatism strikes a balance between personal enjoyment and financial responsibility. So, what does that look like? Well, maybe you block your anniversary weekend every single year, but you let guests rent for Thanksgiving. Or you happily share your beach house all of July, but you keep one prime August week for yourself for an annual family reunion that you host. You want flexibility, not rigidity, and you understand that balance leads to long term success. So, how does that shape your purchase, sweet spotters? Well, first of all, where to buy. You want a destination that appeals both to you personally as well as to renters. How you rent, you mix it up. Sometimes you take the high demand weekends, and sometimes you leave them for paying guests. Your financial playbook for your goal, it's to cover your costs. Your aim is to have all of your annual expenses covered by rental income, but anything more is just gravy. And finally, who manages the rentals? This could be really successful with a hybrid approach. You might want to outsource some of the tasks that you don't really enjoy and manage others yourselves. It's whatever helps you maintain that balance in your day to day life. And finally, let's talk about the first dibber. If that's you, you prioritize you, your personal enjoyment of this home above all. Your vacation home is yours first, and you want to use the house how and when you want to, even if that means losing out on lucrative bookings. Rentals are just a bonus, a way to offset some costs when you're not there, not an income stream that you're reliant upon in order to afford the home. So, what does that look like for first dibbers? Well, maybe you're retired and you want the freedom to be able to spend the entire summer at your beach house so that your grandkids can come and visit whenever they want. Or maybe you're a busy parent and you want to make sure that you're spending every spring break and Christmas week at your mountainside home, even though those are two really, really popular weeks and you know you're going to be missing out on lucrative bookings from them. Your use comes first, revenue comes second. How does that shape your purchase? Where to buy? Well, you need to pick a spot that makes you the happiest. Views, vibe, proximity to what you want, that's what matters the most. It's less about, is this a desirable location for people to rent? How do you rent? Rentals are really just nice to haves. The prime dates are reserved for you. Financial playbook, your goal here is to just offset some expenses. You can afford the home without the rental income, but you figure why not make some money when you're not there? And finally, who manages the rentals? You might want to consider hiring help so that you can just spend your time relaxing and enjoying the house and not actually messaging guests or handling the day to day. Now, one thing I want to make clear, your archetype is not set in stone. Over the course of a 30-year mortgage, you are more than likely going to be all of them at one point in time. Maybe you start off as a profit maximizer, but evolve into a sweet spotter as you have kids and you want more family time together. Or perhaps you purchase as a first dibber, but gradually move towards focusing on profit as your career obligations start to fill your own calendar. I've also seen my own archetype change within the course of a single year. When I get to the last 3 months of the year, when I feel really confident that I have already covered my annual costs, I might shift from being a profit maximizer into a bit of a sweet spotter. In general, I typically view myself as a profit maximizer. I see these homes as investments, as wealth creation tools, as things that are going to allow me and my family to have the life that I envision for us. Not to mention a place that we can build some incredible memories together with as well. But there are certain moments that I really shift into a sweet spotter. I can give a few examples. Next year, I plan to celebrate my son's first birthday at one of our properties, and I'm not going to take the chance of waiting to see if it books. I'm going to block those dates and leave them for myself, even if that means displacing bookings. Alternatively, sometimes when I want to be a first dibber, I still end up being a sweet spotter. And here's what I mean by that. We were planning to go visit our Finger Lakes property for one of the holiday weekends. We were all off from work, and obviously the kids' school is closed as well. But rather than just blocking those dates outright, what I decided to do was increase the minimum stay. So people had to book for at least 4 nights, and I severely increased the rates. And I said to myself, if somebody wants to book and they want to pay that, well, then I'm willing not to go. Well, guess what? Luckily or unluckily, depending on how you look at it, someone did choose to book those dates. So that's a really incredible payment for us. It really helps us to afford the home and to continue to make improvements to the home, building that long-term wealth. But unfortunately, that means we won't be celebrating that holiday weekend at the home. So again, this is just really helpful for you to start to understand your goals, to understand yourself better. And as we move through the next steps of the process, we're going to come back to this again to be able to vet your decisions through it and make sure we have that North Star that you're continuously working towards. Thank you so much for joining this week's episode. Once again, check out buyyoursecondhomefirst.com/quiz to check out what type of vacation homeowner you are. I hope to see you all next week. Thanks for listening to Second Home First. If you liked what you heard today, be sure to sign up for my free weekly newsletter at buyyoursecondhomefirst.com, where I share the simple 4-step strategy to help you do the same. If you have a minute to subscribe, rate, or review the show, or even send a favorite episode to a friend, that would mean the absolute world to me. And if you want to be a guest on the show, have a question you want answered, or a topic you think I should cover, send me a note at hello@buyyoursecondhomefirst.com or on social media at buyyoursecondhomefirst. I personally read and respond to every single message. Once again, I'm your host, Katie Klein, and I can't wait to see you all again next week. The content shared on Second Home First is for educational and informational purposes only. Please consult a licensed financial advisor before making any investment or financial decisions.